Welcome back to the CCS Season 5 campaign. It's Season 5 during this week 2 of the non-conference portion, wrapping things up this week as we enter conference play starting on Sunday. So a couple more days still left to go of our non-conference broadcast. We've got San Diego State unranked for the first time ever in school history since joining CCS all the way back in Season 2 of spring of last year. They are now unranked for the first time in school history, taking on number 3 Missouri. This would be a monumental win for the Aztecs if they can pull something off here.
I mean, absolutely. It would be. I mean, San Diego State, they went from being 15 in the preseason poll to dropping completely out of the top 25. And now going against a team like Mizzou doesn't make it any easier. I mean, Mizzou, they're already having a great start. They've got wins over Ball State. They got wins over Charlotte. I mean, sweeping Charlotte as well. And I would expect nothing less than the Tigers to go 4-0 through non-conference play. I'd be really surprised if they're upset by San Diego State or by Old Dominion later.
They play Old Dominion at 9 Eastern on the top of the next hour here, so back to that game for the Tigers tonight in CCS Season 5. But Jordan, I got to ask you, SCSU has not had the best start to CCS Season 5. Their campaign sits them at 1-2 on the year. Currently, this is their final non-conference match, trying to get back to 500 with a historic win tonight. But, they've never beaten a top 5 team ranked ever. And, if things go south tonight, the Aztecs are 1-3. But should we expect a dominant force to be reckoned with in Mountain West play? Or is this a team that it's going to be on upset watch the entire season?
I think they're going to stay pretty dominant. I still think they have to be careful in the Mountain West. You got teams like Air Force, who I think might disturb the peace. I think even Washington State might get sneaky and could try and steal a victory out from under them. I still think they're going to be the top dog over there in the Mountain West, but I don't think they should let their guard down with some more of those kind of top teams over there.
Well, they went 8-1 after Mountain West play last season. They were picked off by Air Force to close the regular season, then went on to be all but dominant in the Mountain West tournament, and then saw a round 2 exit, I believe, at the CCS championships after their round 1 victory over Pittsburgh. So now in this position, things have not been great for SCSU. They're probably looking at realistically maybe around the 8-9 territory, maybe a 10 seed at this point if things continue the way they have, especially with 1 or 2 more losses later on. So I think from this point forward, SCSU after tonight, they might have to dominate Mountain West play to really maintain a decent seed to get the Aztecs a chance to make the run in April.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree. I will say their performance in the Sideline Sports Invitational wasn't that impressive. Yeah, we saw them first round go against Arizona State. That's a tough pull for round number 1, but they got swept by the Sun Devils. That's not a great look. They came back in the next round. They swept Florida Atlantic, which in reality isn't a great opponent, so that sweep doesn't mean as much. And then in that final matchup, they got swept by UConn to finish 6th place. And UConn's a solid team. I don't think they should be sweeping San Diego State, and that was a really tough showing from the Aztecs. They're trying to bounce back, but that's going to be on the record for the whole season.
Yeah, and also we can't forget that the SCSU FAU series had 2 overtimes. They barely scraped by FAU, so that's concerning to me. Despite that being their only win so far, they sit 1-2 in the year. Probably likely about to be 1-3 on the year after this is over, but SCSU really hasn't ever beaten a top 5 team in the league before since season 2 when they made it to the national title game with Kansas. But I mean, outside of that event, I mean, they've struggled against the best of the best here.
They have indeed. I mean, San Diego State is always a team that we kind of look for to be towards the top. We know that they usually dominate the Mountain West, and we've always seen them be competitors, but it seems like over time it's been slowly going more downhill. Even with the addition of Zapatos, they've just been falling a little bit. They've been slipping nation, as you mentioned. First time we're not seeing in the top 25, which is really surprising. I mean, it's not surprising when you look at the results, but it's surprising that they're not able to keep up quite as much. We know that the depth in this league is growing more and more every season, but still falling as much. It's always tough to see, these big teams fall.
It really is. I mean, it's sickening, honestly, to watch. To put it in a nicer way, I mean, it's not what we expected. We expected better out of SCSU, and this is a game I talked to Aquino about prior to the schedule dropping. He told me we want Mizzou. I honor that request. Now they're here at 1-2. They wanted to play Missouri. They got what they asked for, but now you got to prove that your money's where your mouth is.
Yeah, I have to ask, Nation, do you think that might end up coming back to bite him in this series?
This is one of those games where in college basketball, a team pays a whole bunch of money for you to come to their arena and get absolutely butt kicked, and then the team that gets paid to lose comes to the arena, beats the home team, and the John Ross scene calls it the epitome of brutality because the team loses a home game, a bye game. This is that same situation. San Diego State's going to lose a pick game to Missouri, and brutality's going to strike at San Diego tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's not looking good for the Aztecs. I mean, I saw this matchup on the schedule, and after seeing what Missouri has done to already, top 15 teams in this league, being top 3 themselves, I think we might see them move up to even top 2 after we saw Akron get swept by Drexel. I think they could be deserving of that 2 spot. We'll have to see after next week's rankings, but they're an absolute force to be reckoned with. San Diego State have to know it. I'm interested to see the positive looks from Aquino. Obviously got 5 stars and AZAP right next to him, but it's not going to be an easy match.
Not at all. I mean, it looks like they got to round 3 last season, so 2 rounds. So they've had some success. I mean, top 16 isn't anything to laugh about or be upset with, but it's not as far as they wanted to go. Looks like we're going down to the field for game 1, getting underway now.
Yeah, Bubs is here. He's here. Glad he announced it for us. But game number 1, Mizzou SDSU officially underway. And honestly, if you're a San Diego State fan, I think at this point you're just hoping the Aztecs can try and get a game off a team like Mizzou.
Yeah, I think that's what you want if you're SCSU, to make a statement tonight, find a way to make this series close and don't get killed in a situation like this. Oh, that's a goal. Bubs,
yeah, I mean that's just a poor 50 at the end of the day from Aquino. Bubs just kind of got over him, and that is just a beautiful redirect, 70 miles an hour off that redirect into his own net, and that is not a good way to start.
Not a good way to start at all. Missouri 1-0, 4:30 to go here. ASAP quickly broken up by Bubs, and SCSU on road to hurt early, Jonas.
Yeah, and I'm expecting it to stay the course. Obviously, we're going to be looking for AZAP to kind of take charge offensively, but no, it's going to be Aquino. A soft shot in Missouri, just kind of not there.
This is interesting. The double commit, both of them whip, and it's just a wide open net.
I mean, Frostbite and Exodia both had low boosts, and Aquino doing well, not to overcomplicate things, not to rush it, just placed it well top shelf. The defense couldn't reach it, and Exodia looking to respond, flip, reset, use it late to play. The 50 Bubs is up. So is Frostbite as Mizzou. It looks like they're having a lot of fun early.
4:06 to go, Jordan. This first game is interesting. That's another goal that shouldn't have happened. Missouri a 2-1 lead. And SCSU's defense, another breakdown.
Yeah, miss there from Aquino really allowed things to fall apart. 5 stars. There's just nothing you can do in that position. It's shot behind him, and back the lead for the Tiger is there. They're out in front again. San Diego State going to be hoping for another breakaway. Aquino, that's a good look off the kickoff. Frostbite pops it out. AZAP's ceiling is going to fall right back down to Frostbite. Gets over one, low boost, trying to get it back to Bubs. Will fake it down. No one in the vicinity. It will be eventually tapped away by AZAP. No, it kind of just gave it back to Exodia, and I don't really know what's happening this game, Nation.
I'm at a loss of words. I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss of words. That's all I have to say. But first minute and a half off the clock here, and Missouri is 2-1 up over San Diego State. And again, Missouri is probably favored in a sweep tonight, but SCSU have proven out the gates here that it's at least close for now. Maybe if they can keep this up, there could be a chance where they get a game or two.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it has just kind of been a sloppy first 2 minutes here in game number one from really both sides. Azap, good first touch, sends the reset over to 5 stars. Frostbite is there. We are still seeing Mizzou, their defense looking a little bit better after the first couple mistakes. Aquino, nice block up high, 5 stars, gets a good dunk. Azap is waiting back, and that Exodia fakes out for Bubs as it just kind of rolls into the corner. Nice takeaway here from Zap. Another reset, must see. He's got time and space. Another reset on target. He finds the carry. A Zapatos finds time and space and finds a tie game.
The must see double foot reset. It gets it right over the last defender with a demo. 2-all, 2:39 to go. That's the Ace of Patos we've been looking for.
I mean, I've heard a lot of things from a lot of players who have faced against Azap in the past, and the biggest thing is you cannot give him time. Obviously, known for his mechanics, known for his ability in the 1v1, and that's because he's able to get that time and space, and when he has the full field to work with, he can become so lethal. What a lot of teams do is they try and suppress him as soon as possible, not allowing him to have any free space, any free possession, and that's where you can start to see the breakdown from San Diego State. But there, Mizzou, that was an oversight. Azap got the look, and he took it.
2-all. SCSU will be very grateful that Azap was him on that last play. Here comes Bubs for a response of his own, and it's no good, and a huge save keeps this game tied.
That was a beauty from Azap. Had to dodge the bump. High air dribble, low boost in the hand of Zap, but he still made the save happen. Now he's in trouble again. A little bit awkward. Will get the wave dash into the recovery. Into the corner goes Exodia. Gets it middle. Frostbite wasn't expecting it actually to get there cleanly. Bubs sidewall double. Not much behind it. And it looks like Missouri are having a bit of fun, Nation. It doesn't look like we're seeing the full pressure, full offensive Mizzou that we usually see.
Well, SCSU is going to take advantage of situations they find themselves in. That shot is no good either, and Aquino will cover for the Aztecs for now. Minute 15 remaining. Looking for a bump, couldn't find a connection. 5 stars off big. Azap left in the backfield. No one able to commit, though, in time for the Aztecs. Play resumes in yellow territory still. 2-all.
Yeah, it still has just been an interesting game. Frostbite, that's a nice carry. Bubs has got no boost. Aquino will knock it down. It falls to Frostbite. Pre-jump from Azap. Wins the 50 back out. Aquino will get his clear blocked right back into the corner by the Tigers. And the Aztecs just trying to break free. Zap gets past one. Bubs in the corner. Will knock it out to Frostbite. Gives it back to him. 5 stars. No touch. Bubs has got it. Reset. Can he put it away? No. Aquino locks it down.
Frostbite looking for a low 50. Azap in control. He's got no boost to work with, though. Gets over the first offender. Bubs back across the field. San Diego State now back on defense. 20 to play in game number 1. Demo for Aquino. Open target for Exodia. And Azap will cover.
Frostbite back to himself. Off ceiling. Not a ton to work with boost-wise. That's a good beat from Aquino. Traded his life to get to the corner. 5 stars knocks it down. Zapatos waiting middle. Aquino, good challenge here. 5 stars misses. Zap just doesn't have any boost, and now he's demoed. Overtime looming. Bubs keeps it alive. Frostbite is there. Zapatos will drop it, and we have a game 1 overtime, and this just feels almost surreal.
OT. In the game number 1, this is everything SCSU could ask for. Maybe a chance here. SCSU, no good. And a big opportunity goes to waste in overtime.
I mean, Aquino did a great job taking advantage right off the kickoff, and now gets a good 50. Bubs will be back to steal it away. Frostbite trying to shake off Aquino. Bubs trying to get through, and that he will. 5 stars, gives it right back out to Exodia. Forces it wide. Zapato shut down early by Frostbite. He's got 37 boost to work with, and you can see Missouri getting a little bit more aggressive with these challenges. Puff sends it straight into the ceiling. Again, into the corner it goes. 5 stars escapes for a moment, but it's turned right back around by Mizzou.
Well, SCSU has made this interesting. At least Azap, the must-see from Bubs. Easy save there for Azap. Read that play perfectly in time for the defense to react. The first minute of overtime elapsed now. 6 minutes through this thing. Maybe a chance here, and it goes through for Bubs. Missouri 1-0 in the front of the series.
Yeah, and the defense just kind of crumbles here. 5 stars tried to pre-jump that late and then missed, and then Zapato just left on the goal line with nothing to work with. Bubs slots it top shelf. And it will be a Game 1 victory for Missouri, but maybe not as clean as we expected.
It might just be like warming up, maybe just Game 1, kind of get into the swing of things here. That was not the Missouri team we just saw absolutely take over against Charlotte, but it's a new night. SCSU come out better than we expected. They see an overtime, and Aquino had the game winner in the front of his car and whiffed, but you got to put those shots away when you're SCSU trying to pull an upset here.
Yeah, I think you do, and I'm assuming he knows that as well. He's going to be looking to kind of get that get back when he's got the chance later on in this series, but who knows how many chances he's going to get. I'm expecting once again Mizzou, I just feel like they're going to take complete and full control. I think they can take it. I think they're just kind of, it feels like they're already almost playing with their food nation.
Are they already toying with them a little bit?
I feel like they are. I mean, again, this is a team that we saw sweep at the time number 6 Charlotte. They took down Ball State in game number 5. We know they have clutch potential. We know how good they can be against the best of the best. And right now, it just doesn't seem like we're getting that same caliber of team as, you know, going to game 1 overtime with San Diego State. I mean, giving credit to the Aztecs being able to force it that far, but Mizzou just look a little more passive than we usually see.
And Missouri's got this game that would be nice to have on the resume, and Florida later on too in SEC play. So there's still quality opponents to come for Missouri and San Diego State as well. But this is a game where SCSU, you know, you try to make it as close as you can, and you know, show to the committee you can play ball about anybody.
I mean, absolutely. We said this is the first time we're not seeing them on the top 25 list. This would definitely throw them back on that list. So they're going to be hunting for the victory. Frostbite, nice reset over the middle. Zapatos takes it out to Aquino. One touch, no reset, just trying to play that late 50. Bubs trying to escape. Azap was there, trying to sense any weakness. A miss from 5 stars. Exodia, flip reset. Scoop now trying to play the 50 himself. It goes back out to Bubs. Corner double. Won't really be able to force his way through. And again, it's just going to be another clean turnaround for SDSU.
SDSU's doing great, though. I mean, they're keeping this game within striking distance, or they're not making too many, you know, overcommits or mistakes that are setting up Mizzou for an early easy goal. But 2 minutes through this thing, ASAP is, you know, at least leveled this series in terms of pressure here in game 2.
He has, and I mean, it's still just, it's felt a little weird. I mean, we've only seen 2 shot opportunities for either side through the first 2 minutes, and obviously neither has been able to put a goal away yet. Aquino lifts it far side. Zap took out Bubs, who was almost able to reach that pass from Aquino as well. Now trying to defend. Frostbite wins it into the corner. Might have another touch. No, Aquino is there. Just going to be looking to boom this one away. He goes upfield. Bubs immediately shuts it down. Gets a reset out to Frostbite. Into the backboard. Does he have the follow-up? No, he's just going to miss wide. And SDSU escape again.
I'm just going to go and say it. ASAP needs help. I mean, you know, he can't do it all. And I think ASAP's giving a lot of production for SCSU, but we're not getting much out of Aquino and 5 stars early on here. And if they're going to pull an upset, you need all 3 to be on the same page. You need extra production out of your supporting cast. And, you know, 5 stars and Aquino have to go big here for the Aztec offense.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see if they can. We need to see that adaptation. As now Azap is bumped. Aquino will get a nice block there. Frostbite and 5 stars trade. Aquino defending well by himself. Will buy some time and space for the Aztecs. Another demo. Now that's a big miss on the backboard, but 5 stars misses. Azap trying to delay the follow-up, but it's no good.
Another open target there. SCSU's woes continue on the offensive side of this series. You can't have that in situations like this where you're looking for an upset. That's now 2 open nets for SCSU gone awry.
Bob was trying to force his way through. Zapatos another big 50. I mean, time ticking down here. No one breaking through just yet. Here's a look for Aquino, blocked by Bubs. Zapatos now in the rotation, doubles it past one. Exodia last back, trying to work his way around the corner. Zap still staying strong. It goes middle. Aquino is there, blocked by Bubs. Mizzou still hanging on defensively. SDSU, you can see them scrambling, turning at every chance they get to try and keep the shots going, but the Tigers still hanging on well, looking for a counter themselves.
Long clear there to the corner, Bubs. Put that one away. In the meantime, SCSU will play this one from midfield. AZAP over the first, now 2-on-1. AZAP in control, off the mark, gets help from a teammate to clear. Is gold for Exodia, now 40 to play. 2-on-2 the other way, that shot broken up by 5 stars, and SCSU still hold on.
Frostbite, late flip bumps AZAP. Aquino will have the clear out. It falls to Exodia. Good first touch. Aquino dunks him on target. Frostbite is back to make another save. Is now looking for a counter. You can see AZAP full boost, patiently waiting 50 right back in the Mizzou side. Aquino getting very aggressive, going for that ball. Now 5 stars trying to force his way through. Frostbite clears out, and it looks like we're going to have back-to-back OTs, barring a goal in these final 5 seconds.
Aquino drop down, no one there. Overtime into back-to-back games.
And it still just feels odd, Nation. Something just doesn't quite feel right in this matchup. But regardless, I mean, back-to-back overtimes, you can't say it's not a close series in this one. We'll see if Mizzou are able to go back-to-back and go up 2-0 in the series. But got to give credit to San Diego State. They've been holding well. Frostbite looking for a dunk. Zapatos another big clear. Exodia sidewall back to himself, trying to work his way in the 1v3. Bubs sidewall double will just end up giving him possession right back to AZAP. Takes flight, flip, reset. Now will be knocked down. You can see Mizzou learning from their mistakes, not giving him that same bit of time that he got previously. But San Diego State now looking for another transition.
AZAP finding a space here. Flip, reset over the first. We'll get back to it. Trying to pick a 50 there. Aquino from the wing fires. No good. Has help in front. Rebound denied. Another shot denied as well. 5 stars picks up 2 consecutive shots there. Both quickly turned away.
I will say, Zap having to use a lot of his 1v1 skills, meaning, you know, he's being left in some of these situations where he's got to work by himself on offense and he's got to work by himself on defense. That's why you see him as last back as third so much, as his teammates know that he's a solid defender and he can work well by himself. But as you mentioned, I think he's going to need a little bit of help to try and break through Mizzou. That's a missed shot. The defense comes crumbling. Frostbite's there. AZAP will close up the corner. Now trying to get past Bubs to set up a counter. Low air dribble playing the 50. Exodia will steal it away in the corner. Tigers headed back to the other side.
It's so fun watching AZAP control the ball at this high of a level against a high of a level team as Mizzou. It just seems like, you know, he has will whenever he wants it. 5 stars to AZAP inside.
1-1 goes the series. We said AZAP needed help, and 5 stars delivered it. What a pass through the last defender, and AZAP more than happy to clean up shop on that one. Just under 2 minutes of OT played, and San Diego State tie up the series.
It just felt like to me at the sidelines event, AZAP wasn't his normal self. We didn't see AZAP really take over and take control of a series where in the past we've seen him do it. But tonight, he's taking over. He's playing at a high level. This is an SCSU team that might be able to do something special tonight.
Absolutely, and I still think Missouri are giving them a few too many opportunities. I mean, I still think they're looking a little bit more passive than we saw in week 1 of non-con, and they're giving San Diego State these opportunities, and we've seen they're starting to take advantages. That was a beautiful pass again from 5 stars to AZAP, who was all over the place for the Aztecs. But now moving into game 3, we'll see if San Diego State can keep up that momentum, or if we're going to see a turnaround from Missouri. It's already a fake kickoff, ceiling double from Bubs on target, going to be saved by Zap.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think AZAP, you continue playing as the third man here for SCSU's defense, and I mean, it worked. You held Mizzou to nothing in that last 5 minutes, so maybe you kind of resort to some similar strategies here and try to, you know, create those opportunities in space where you can and allow AZAP to come through as a third man in transition and create those offensive goals that we saw last game.
I mean, we'll have to see. That's a big miss from Exodia. Now Zap up to it, will be outsped by Exodia. It's going to fall to Bubs. Zap immediately bumping him off possession. He's still on it, though. Aquino going to get 50 back into the corner. Will be able to make his way out towards the midfield line. Low shot from Frostbite, forcing the double commit. Mizzou starting to bear down on this net. Aquino puts it off his own backboard. Bubs sends it over to Exodia. The shot is high fall from Frostbite. Is good. Not the most orthodox way to get the job done, but it's a goal regardless.
It took all 3 to find the goal there after 2 complete whiffs. But I mean, SCSU in transition had an open net, and 5-star shanked it. The first minute off the clock, SCSU trail 1.
Yeah, we're still seeing both teams look a little bit inefficient as of right now, we'll say. But we'll have to see if either of them are able to lock in a little bit more. Azapato's good first touch. Not going to be able to bump out Frostbite. Aquino around the corner. It'll just fall to Exodia. 5-stars takes him off the field. Azap full possession. He booms it over to Aquino. Gets it into the back wall. No double. Azap's back on it. Slots it left side. And we're tied once again.
And the SCSU offense, beautiful give and go to Aquino and sets up Azap for a one-on-one to the corner. And he puts it perfectly in the corner. 1-1, a minute 20 down.
Again, just seeing Missouri give that open space all the way downfield. There was no one up to challenge at any point for the Tigers, and starting to see some more team plays working out. 5-stars flip reset block follow from Aquino. He's looking for Azap. Bubs misses. Exodia misses for the Tigers. 5-stars going high. He's got no more boost. Frostbite will take it safely into the corner. Another boost steal for 5-stars. Good 50 from Frostbite will buy a little bit of room for Mizzou to work, but SCSU, they're starting to look better and better, Nation.
Oh my. You're gonna eat your work tonight, man. 3:11 to go, and you said it was starting to look good, and then all of a sudden that goal happens. Double commit. Neither one really got a decent chance to save it. Missouri back in front.
Well, sorry SDSU. You know what? That'll be on me. But Aquino looking to respond, not going to have much with that air dribble. Frostbite back the other way. Azap left in a 1v3. Frostbite flipping all over him, and Exodia just taps it on target. What can you do if you're Zap?
Challenge there, and maybe hope you get a touch, but at that point, it was probably over for him. 3 minutes left, though, and lead out to 2.
Yeah, I think he got even more tripped up by the fact that Frostbite didn't really land how he wanted, and he just kind of half flipped and landed on him. I think Zap was trying to look for a way around that bump, but you know that some people do say when you don't know what you're doing, your opponent doesn't know what you're doing, and I think that's exactly what Frostbite was onto there.
2:43 to go. SCSU, maybe a look here from the corner for 5-stars. No good as Bubs. Quick way to turn that one. Arias, SDSU, though, still, that's a horrible touch for 5-stars. Sets up the offense of Missouri to transition here as Zodia over the first open net there. Azap back in time to cover halftime of Game 3. Missouri lead by 2. And things in the last minute or so have not looked great for San Diego State.
Yeah, we're seeing them look a little bit more shaken at this point. I think we're seeing, you know, a little bit of a stronger look from the Mizzou side, and I think San Diego State are really feeling it as Bubs blocking. Azapato's up high. Frostbite shot on. Going to be saved by 5-stars. Won't be able to secure the boost. He's bumped off. Will get a nice late 50. Aquino, he's there with low boost, trying to get it back over to 5-stars. No, it's just going to be a 50 on target. Aquino going to do it himself.
Oh, yeah, 6 within 1. Minute 54 is a ton of time for San Diego State to strike again. So this is about as good of a chance you're going to get here in Game 3 to even things up. We saw a late rally in Game 2. Can we get a similar rally here in Game 3?
I mean, we'll have to see. I think that regardless, still should have been saved by Frostbite, but hindsight as we move forward. Minute 45 left to go. Frostbite, nice pop there. Aquino looking for Azapato's. Not going to find him. He's just going to retreat to the corner. Boost Exodia sends it forward and immediately control. Right back with Azap. Gets it past everyone. Is it on target? No, it's going to be wide. Another boost steal. Another turn. He's looking for 5-stars. Just puts it a bit over his head.
Back to midfield. Azap is there behind Aquino. 1:20 to go. 30 seconds have ticked off since the Aztec goal. Again, this offense has to move at a faster pace. They're going to hang with Mizzou here at the end of this Game 3.
Ultimately, we got to see these transitions be a little bit cleaner, you know, going from defense, working to offense as a unit. You're not going to get a lot of chances for solo plays, as big shot from Azap will be saved away. Final minute of regulation here. Bubs playing as close to this one as he can, dodging the bumps. Frostbite will take it into the corner. Demo from Zapato, so open up a more room, but it's just going to be sent right back into the SDSU side, and every big clear we see, it's going to favor the Tigers.
And a whiff in front, one-on-one for Exodia. Easy save for AZAP, though. The ones-man himself does find a big save. 5 stars left alone. AZAP has to fall back through. Couldn't find contact. SCSU 30 seconds to equalize.
It's a good beat from Exodia. Aquino will be back to clean up a miss there. Aquino gets past another. Exodia last back turns. Sidewall double locked on. No! Just misses it now. Azapato is just trying to play a 50 here, but it rolls right into Bubs. He misses the boom, and it falls middle. Exodia taps it on target. Aquino, another nice save there, but it doesn't look like enough. Azap has to go the full length of the field. Into the backboard it goes. Bubs, awkward, and gets a heck of a redirect down towards the far corner to end it.
I thought SCSU was going to get a look there on 0 seconds, but they didn't. That was a beautiful touch across the goal line there to separate 2-1 Missouri lead.
I thought Bubs was going to own goal. I gotta be honest. I saw the way he approached that ball. I thought he was about to hit one of the best own goals we've ever seen here in CCS, but he got it down cleanly. Mizzou will send it to match point going into game number 4. It still looks like, I mean, there's things that can be cleaned up from both sides. Did see the offense click a little bit more there for San Diego State, working more as a unit rather than letting AZAP try and do everything. I think we got to see more of that. Mizzou kind of caught on to it, but I think if San Diego State able to provide more of that, we could see them take this to game 5.
I 100% agree. I mean, it starts with AZAP. Aquino had a great game too, but you got to clean up these open net mistakes that we've seen now through all 3 games of this series. If you're STSU, you can't afford that in this game.
No, you cannot, and especially now when you're already in a tough situation. Is this going to fly in? It will! Bubs going to get another quick start here. 16 seconds in, a 1v3 as Aquino ended up giving him a little bit of help. That's what propelled that over Aza.
Well, 4's across the clock, 16 seconds down. The Tigers back in front, Jonas, and again, a much needed Missouri start. Expected score here already as FCSU struggled this season. Missouri playing 3-0 unbeaten, and they're trying to remain unbeaten after tonight.
They are indeed, and again, maybe not as dominant as a win as we predict or maybe the Tigers hope for, but it's still looking like they're going to get the job done here. Aquino ends up driving right by that ball, but Bubs gives it out to Azapatos. He's up for it, gets the reset. Musty pass one. He's looking at 50 pass Exodia, gets it through him, but Bubs waiting patiently will find the save. And now big miss from Exodia. 5 stars lobs it up. Azap not going to have any shot either. It will be cleared out by the Tigers, and now Bub has a wide open net. He's just going to walk it in.
Double commit there and a whip out of Aquino on this challenge here. That's what really screwed up SCSU's defensive rotations. 103 gone. Missouri a 2-0 lead in game 4.
Yeah, and I mean, we're just starting to see the defense collapse a little bit here from San Diego State. And this is obviously not the game you want to have it be, as already looking dangerous. Azap might have a turnaround here. No, Frostbite somehow going to get that save. Bubs trying to carry this one out of the half. Will get it through 2. Azap again up to it. Beat by Exodia. 5 stars has to retreat to the corner. Looking for a late double. Frostbite trying to go middle. Will be cleared out, but the Tigers, it just doesn't seem like they're giving San Diego State any moment to breathe.
5 stars, one-on-one with Frostbite. Has help in the lead blocker. Couldn't find the goal there, though. And halftime at a minute away, Jonas. I mean, I think SCSU needs to go in, the next minute to really have a chance here?
Yeah, they're going to need to find some sort of turnaround immediately. And Aquino looking to be that presence. 15 to the backboard. 5 stars are going to be outsped by Bubs. Flip reset on target. Azapatos will have the save. 50 back out to Exodia. He's going to be eliminated by Aquino. Bubs immediately shutting down Azap again, back through the corner. 5 stars has nowhere to go, and Frostbite just missing the open net. It's going to be a pinch off the post downfield.
SCSU getting lucky there. That one also off the bar. The defense still lucky. It's not 3 or 4 to nothing right now. Is still within 2. Halftime now hitting here in game 4, and San Diego State still have nothing to show for it.
We still need to see the offense start connecting. Kenio redirect into his own corner, shot on, force the defense to panic a little bit there as another double commit sent through. Exodia lifts it up high, Frostbite into the corner, open net for Bubs, can't quite put it on target. Can he recover? Yes, he can! Ends it with a pre-flip, and Bubs has a hattie.
2:13 to go, it's 3-0, and really now it feels like doomsday for SCSU.
It does indeed. I mean, we're just seeing them in a really tough spot, trying to turn things around. It doesn't seem like they can get any momentum going in this game, and obviously kind of backs against the wall now. They have 2 minutes to score at least 3, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get to that point.
Well, you got 2 minutes to do so, so you got about 40-ish seconds to goal here for San Diego State. We'll see how well they do on those timetables in the last minute 50 here, but things have to be efficient down the stretch if you're the Aztecs.
They really, really do. And I mean, there's still chances here for San Diego State. Seeing a lot of demos from AZAP now as Frostbite just booms it. Bubs off the ceiling, whiffs on it. 5 stars clears it out to AZAP. Is clear, shut down by Bubs, and it just doesn't look like San Diego State have really anything left in the tank. Mizzou just seeming to suppress all sense of offense here, seeming to be having some great challenges. AZAP might have a double here, ends up just putting it high up into the backboard, fall from 5 stars, blocked by Frostbite, and Bubs going to be there, just send it into the sidewall.
70 seconds, still need 3 for San Diego State, maybe make that 4 here soon. Okay, they will hold off for now. Last minute, 20 seconds per goal. SCSU just really have had nothing threatening here in Game 4.
They haven't. I mean, we're looking and we're seeing Mizzou playing extremely confident. I mean, you take what you can get, and AZAP will get that one. You gotta be happy about it.
They trade back the stupid 50s from Game 1. They'll trade their stupid 50 goal back from Game 1 for that one, but unfortunately that goal I think is in garbage time, Jonas.
Yeah, I think I don't think it's gonna matter much at this point, unfortunately, but might see a late surge. You never know. AZAP on it. It will be missed by Frostbite. Exodia gets a good first touch. Bubs waiting upfield. Flip reset down. Akinio goes right by. Exodia high shot saved away. Frostbite not ready for it, but again, it just looks like Mizzou trying to just do circles around San Diego State at this point.
Plenty to play. You need to score as fast as you can, and the team bump there. It's going to sit up Missouri for the dagger. 16 seconds. That should do it.
Yeah, absolutely it should, and it looks like the players know it as well. I mean, a beauty from Frostbite, really, and this has been kind of just an interesting series, I think, all around. But that will, I think, mark the end in this one, and it's been a fun one to watch.
That it has. I mean, SCSU did better than Charlotte.
They did. I mean, you got to take that with a grain of salt. As 5 stars gonna air dribble it all the way downfield to turn another one in.
It's still mathematically possible. But
it is.
It's not really likely though. But you would have loved to have that one about 15 seconds ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, unfortunately, it does look to be a bit too late at this point.
Oh, you get one more.
Yeah. Except immediately leaving as that one flies through, so it will be a victory for Mizzou as they'll go up 3-0, looking to make it 4-0 with a win later over Old Dominion. But what a match we just witnessed. I really don't have the words to describe it.
Yeah, I'm at a loss of words too. That was not the expectations we had for Mizzou going into this game, but hey, we know San Diego State's not an easy team to beat. There's probably some sort of mutual respect between these 6 players, and again, they put up a stronger fight than Charlotte did, and they still look a lot better than whatever the heck we saw last Saturday.
Yeah, I think we'll take that as a positive note for San Diego State. I mean, I still just kind of in awe of everything that occurred in that series. I mean, there were some good plays. There was a lot of not so good plays. But ultimately, Mizzou get the win. San Diego State they competed, and I think that's kind of the big picture.
Yeah, nothing really too notable. I mean, outside of these games, Middle Tennessee State beat, or no, they lost 3-1. They picked, or 3-2. It looks like there's 5 replays, so they almost had a chance to pull that one off. But Jonas, you have a game in 15 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and let and raid you and get your stream started for your broadcast tonight. You have a couple games going on with Seattle UC Riverside later tonight, and Houston Miami kicking off about an hour from now, but. We're going to go break. No break, actually. I'm going to end. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Ball State takes on Michigan State right at 7 Eastern, same channel, same time. We'll see you tomorrow.